many people often skip the preface of books. If you belong to that group, I earnestly recommend you abandon this habit because that section contains important information to grasp the entire content. The book you are holding, viewing on screen, or following via video has quite complex content. It addresses most of the issues we face on Earth and the future evolution of humanity. The prophecies and predictions here are examined from nearly every possible angle, including spirituality, metaphysics, science, philosophy, psychology, biology, economics, politics, geophysics, and many other fields. Imagine us as blind men touching an elephant, trying to get an accurate picture of the elephant. Science might be the tail, biology the body, and spirituality the elephant's leg. Each field has its own value and also certain limitations. We hope the overall picture here will help you piece together the fragments of the vast universe. The previous passage is a quote from the introduction of a book titled, Message from the Creators. In the book, entities calling themselves the creators offer an extremely interesting perspective on Earth, as well as the life of organisms, especially as humans. Viet Quam would like to note that some terminology and definitions in the book may be quite difficult to understand. Hope you will pay attention, listen carefully, reflect, and even review multiple times to truly understand the message the book wants to convey. Hope you will receive it as objectively as possible. Who knows, we might discover something interesting from a unique perspective. Message from the Creators. Hello dear friends. We are the creators. We only come to Earth on special occasions, like what you are experiencing. We appear before you as bright blue, white stars. A collective of highly evolved beings, almost completely identical to God. However, simultaneously we are still a collective of distinct creators. The receiver of this message used the analogy of identity, but it is still a unique identity. This concept may seem paradoxical in your thinking. However, in reality it is not a paradox. When you evolve to a state of both identity and distinctness, you will understand this issue. The closest analogy for the creators is a mother and child. If you are a mother and have a growing child, the child cannot return to the mother's womb. That is ridiculous. However, when your child matures, they begin to understand things like an adult and can share life experiences with you. Therefore, you are one, but separate at a profound level. Though separate to some degree, but not physically. This is just the most accurate analogy we can convey. That is why you are seen as children of God. You all originate from the creative center and are evolving to return to God in your own way, the one capable of creating the entire universe. We are the architects of the human form. The God within us has tasked us with designing life forms. When you fully understand your own 12-dimensional self, you will be granted knowledge of how your scientists have discovered the physical method to perform the division and transformation of DNA, of course, creation at the higher dimensions of life, far surpasses physical forms. When you reach a level of understanding like ours, what you create will become immortal. It is a soul design, also known as the original soul. Your creations will in turn become gods in their own right, and create countless worlds, even new dimensions. This creative process will proceed infinitely. At this moment, we grant you a portion of our vast, infinite energy. A part of us has entered you. At the moment, you were individuated into a soul. Our design exists within you, as well as within God. We are one with our God, the creator of all life and dimensions. However, we are also like you, merely an expression of life within a singular entity, which even surpasses us. This is something your language cannot fully convey. That is why we simply ask you to receive a very small part of our immense energy. And that is also a very small part of your own immense energy. You are infinite and immortal creators. Now is the time to laugh and look back at the naive games you have played on Earth. You are far greater than these small selves. Embrace these small human selves with loving arms, and gently set them aside to grasp something much greater. It is fortunate that you and the world are transforming into something much more pleasant. From a soul perspective, what you have experienced over the past 500,000 years cannot be said to be imperfect. Of course, it is what you felt you needed to experience as separate souls. But that era is coming to an end. Even your concept of time is ending. In our understanding, time has little meaning. Everything is happening simultaneously. In reality, it continues to expand inward, outward, forward, backward, and in every way that words cannot describe. You are 12-dimensional beings. However, your understanding is limited to the third and fourth dimensions. Learn to understand your eighth or ninth dimension. That is the real difference between you and us. When knowledge expands, you will one day become creators at a level like us. And paradoxically, that day is now, because time is just an illusion. However, within the illusion of time, your understanding will gradually grow, and you will express your highest self at an appropriate moment. Currently, you are learning to understand your multidimensional self. And when you do that, your bodies will transform into a luminous crystalline form, becoming immortal and capable of traveling throughout this material universe. That will be a wonderful time for you. Within the illusion of time, we leave you the vision of traveling the universe in a body of light. And simply want to say that there are many surprises waiting ahead in the endless journey back to unity with God. Take a moment, dear ones, to receive our energy. Allow it to blend into your being and awaken the hidden potentials within your DNA. You are transforming and transcending all limitations. Cherish this. Know that you are returning to your true self. This is a strange phase on your world. We are creators, and the lessons about DNA will come at the right time. Beloved creators, we are delighted to convey these ideas, concepts, and awareness to you, awakened beings on Earth. So, let us begin. You, who are entering the most exciting adventure, may be living at the right time, in the right place within this infinite creation. It's okay if you don't. In just a few short years, most of the content in these pages will manifest to some degree in your lives. This means that the prophecies here should not be seen as a manual for unquestionable certain events. You live on a planet of free will, and that means no one, not us or anyone, can predict everything with 100% accuracy. It's as simple as we might predict you. But with free will, you decide to turn left. We can predict your likely choices fairly accurately. But they are still your choices, not ours. Your Earth is awakening, and we will explain that precisely to you and humanity. This is a wonderful thing from your perspective. From our perspective, it is an essential part of your soul's journey. Your ability to open up and receive the wisdom in this book. And, more importantly, the wisdom in your heart, mind, and soul will determine the quality of your experience in the coming years. The fundamental principle of life on Earth can be summarized as follows. The quality of your thoughts determines your experience of reality. It is not entirely accurate to say thoughts create reality, because your reality is an intersection and overlap. There are many other realities that make your creative process less related to it. If you expand the definition of thought to include everything in the mind of God, including the thoughts of every soul in creation, then it could be said that thoughts create reality is a bit more accurate. But you are not there yet. Currently, you exist in what the receiver calls density 4. At some point in linear future, you will evolve to density 12. And then, like us, you will be able to create entire universes. For now, that is not your concern. Even if we could, we would not give you a narrow path to reach density 12. We do not intend to erase millions of years of your soul experience. By gifting you the full expression of your inner potential as creator gods, before you have attained even a fraction of that ability. Yet, paradoxically, we will remind you that you are creator gods with all the potential to understand your density 12 selves now. Our concern at this time is to give you a map to help you locate your path. Through the myriad changes of Earth, understand the structures and dynamics of transformation within you. Do you mistakenly think that modern intelligent humans are the final product of evolution? Your journey through the physical is merely one chapter in a long and grand story. It is the story of how God comes to know itself. You live in a paradox, what some call the interplay of linear and nonlinear time. From a linear time perspective, your soul's experiencing the density 4 world of time and space as awakening humans, while simultaneously evolving in densities 5, 6, and 7, continually expanding your understanding and raising your vibration to higher, more refined states of light. From another perspective of nonlinear time, you are already complete, whole, and perfect beings, operating on 12 levels of vibration simultaneously with past, parallel, and future selves, all existing right now in their respective dimensions. From this awareness, your creative power is to reveal the truth of your all in one being. To do so, you must remove the layers of illusion, false beliefs, and unconsciousness that have covered your true nature. This book will delve into the nature of both linear and nonlinear time. In linear perception, we will paint a picture of what appears likely to unfold on Earth in the next 20 to 30 years. For those desiring growth and evolution, it is not only a lovely picture but truly a wondrous one. You are awakening, and so is Earth. Years from now, the experiences you are having will seem like a bizarre dream, mostly like a nightmare. In a sense, you might imagine you are living in a world of limitation, disease, poverty, pain, suffering, and death. As you dissolve these illusions and look at the world beyond them, it will become increasingly difficult to even recall why you ever believed in them. They will seem utterly ridiculous, something belonging solely to a world of complete insanity. When you awaken from the dream of duality, light and dark, good and evil, right and wrong, us and them, you will begin to marvel at how anyone could fully believe in these. You begin to look around and see two basic conditions, awake and asleep. You will not judge those still asleep, but will feel overflowing love and compassion for them. In their desperate dreams, all misfortunes appear and haunt them at every turn on their path. Their lives seem to constantly generate pressing problems, solving one only to face a dozen more. Your physicist, Albert Einstein, said you cannot solve problems at the level they were created. When you rise above the quagmire of dualistic worlds and pierce the veils of illusion, you will see clear solutions to humanity's problems. Aligning with this higher vision, the answers to the world's problems will readily appear and be understandable. The implementation of solutions will happen swiftly. Here, some methods for implementing these solutions will be discussed. We will bring a practical approach to life on Earth. But at the same time, the presentation will also differ in nature from previous work, in that it will be a bit more nonlinear, a bit more intuitive. There will be more emphasis on direct experience and perhaps less on acquiring knowledge. At one point in your journey, understanding your planetary history may have been important. But now it is time to shift your attention to the present and future. While exploring the vast, creative spiritual being and how to express that creative power in a new world. This book goes into detail about what to expect as you awaken. We promise not to take away the joy of surprise. Even if we could foresee the entire story, there would still be unexpected twists. That is the nature of free will. A map alone will not tell you everything you may encounter on your journey. This book cannot and will not do that. However, it can ensure when describing some things you have experienced. But you have little or no guidance about them. The most crucial stage in your awakening involves psychologically separating from the virtual world. What is happening around you? We will provide a practical approach to facing the tragedy and shock of the souls in your environment, especially with family members and close ones. We will also guide you through decaying worlds as you face multiple layers of reality. Some are imposed on you by those who mistakenly believe they control your world. Their short-lived game is about to end. As you and beloved Earth awaken, they will have to choose. Either awaken or leave Earth. This is not an ultimatum from a judging God, but a higher law of nature. In your teachings, there is a saying that every moment you choose between resurrection and crucifixion. Those drawn to this book have reached a level of thought that requires no further learning about crucifixion. Quoting a popular saying from your world, "You've been there, done that." Therefore, the advice in this book will guide you along the path of resurrection. Resurrection means renewing everything. It means breathing new life into old energy patterns. You have seen this in the natural world every spring, when new flowers and leaves grow from dry branches. This is the spring of your soul. Beloved creators and we, the co-creators, are honored to contribute to your blossoming. The first dawns and what you will experience on the journey to the future may make you a little curious. R404 will return in the next part to bring you magical experiences. For now, hello and wish everyone an interesting day.